Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
What we got?
Alright, you said we all
What's happening?
Say what?
I'm sorry, I got this new app on my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
I got this new app on my phone, and it's showing me from all over the world things that's happening. And if you follow that, you'll start realizing the world is insane. I mean, I'm getting stuff every 5 minutes of crazy shit happening. Just like, what the fuck is going on? But by you in your house and you don't have this view, you'll never see it like that. I'm looking at the stock market on lunacy.
So what is the bipolar? What you call the Orion and the bipolar effect? What is it?
Today we really gonna talk about bipolarism. Like
that's a real dog. Wait, that's a real dog?
Yeah, nigga.
I thought that was fake.
The stuff out.
I thought it was a fake. That's a real dog. When you get a dog?
Last week.
What kind of dog is it?
Yeah, last week. It's an English bulldog.
Man, I can see it. I thought it was fake. I thought you were sitting there with like that's crazy. I don't even know what it's an English bulldog.
Yeah, it's an English bulldog.
Okay, so back to that just kind of threw me off. Sorry about that. So what are you saying? Orion and the bipolar effect. What is it?
Yeah, I'm telling you that bipolarism or bipolar is really an outer effect of an inner technology, or an effect of a technology, an alien technology, or Orion technology. And we witness it through being bipolar. You know what I'm saying? They call it a disease, but it's not. It's a state of control. So, you thinking like, okay, everybody, all of a sudden it wasn't like this back in the day, but all of a sudden it's a lot of this bipolar shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And before us, it wasn't this bad. So what's going on? Is it we just getting the epidemic of bipolarism? Is it a disease? Or is it a dis-ease, you know what I'm saying? Or is it some calculated technology that they have no words for, so they got to give it a name? What is it? What makes a motherfucker blank out, do some crazy shit, then go back to the normal state of being? You know what I'm saying? What happens in that course? But I was going to read something. It's on the intergalactical talk.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I was really going to read you something, because we're going to go into the inner dynamics of bipolarism, hood style, where the average brother can understand or the sister can understand. It just ain't what they say it is. This nigga crazy bipolar. No, something's really going on. So, under the intergalactical talk, they call it the addiction webbing. And the application of the NRG or alien or shadow government technology is coded implanted. Its mechanism acts like a tick or a leech that burrows now mostly into the second chakra and into the instinctual response function of the central nervous system. So we can build on that side. Well, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm just making sure that hold on. I'm just making sure that the video running smooth. This is
okay.
And I'm making sure that it's just not skipping. I think we good. Yeah, we good. Hold on.
You might have to run that last part back.
Run that back, right. I'm just checking the monitor to make sure that it's running smooth.
All right.
I think
basically. No, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Now you said the technology acts like a leech that burrows into the subconscious of the person, especially into their second chakra. What did you say? Something like that?
Okay, this application, meaning how they apply it to you, is an NRG coded implant. NRG coded implant. Come on, we're gonna go to that real quick. NRG coded implant is a Nephilim reversal grid, and the Nephilim reversal grid is just like the energy diagram of the Earth. Like if you go to the Stone Age with a bricks at, big ass bricks, every area of the earth got something massive. Yeah, so basically it's that. But we're gonna go back to where we was at. So it's an implant. It's an energy dynamic implant. And it acts as a mechanism, like a tick. You know, a tick be on your dog sucking the blood, you can't really feel it, but it's on there, or a leech that burrows itself deeper into the lower areas of the astral body, meaning into the lower self. Mostly into the second chakra. Now, I'm going to ask you, what do second chakra represents to you? Why the second chakra?
Creativity, lust, sex, passion.
Okay. They got an implanted, coated implanted that's burrowing itself or attached to your second chakra.
You said a coated implant?
A coated implant. Yeah, light code. They can do implants in your mind. They don't have to put nothing in you. But the strobe lights on the TV can implant codes in your mind.
Okay.
And they can wire your brain to think a certain way. Okay. Strobe lights. Right. Think about going 1,000 miles, milliseconds an hour or a second for the blink. It's coded. It's light. It look like you watching basketball wives of Atlanta, like I always say, but you're really being encoded with this energy dynamic. So the strobe lights is encoding your subconscious.
Okay.
From the TV flickering at milliseconds, 100 times at milliseconds. Other ways to do it. They don't put you in the lab and put a chip on you. They used to do it like that. They don't got time for that no more. So, so if it goes into the second chakra and into the instinctual response functions of the central nervous system. Now let's stop right there. Instinctual. You know what instincts is, right?
Like your animal nature, your nervous system.
The movement without thought. So if they can fuck with your natural movement without thought, then they controlling you. You see what I'm saying? So when that nigga say, man, why the fuck you do that? You get a lot of people say, shit, I don't know what I was thinking. That's what the fuck going on. You see what I'm saying? But that's worse. So they got women that survival instincts. So if you had a survival instinct, you know what I'm saying? You always in survival mode. You thirsty, hungry, angry, fighting or flight mode for nothing. So if it's in your central nervous system, what do they say? You got a bipolar in chemicals. Your chemical is imbalance, meaning your nervous system is imbalanced. The nerve fluid is imbalanced. So that's what they tell you. You got a chemical imbalance. From the second level of the chakra layer infection, is what they call it. From the second level of the chakra layer infection, if the addiction becomes severe over time, repetitive destructive actions and spiritually abusive behaviors as a response to an external stimulus, it eventually embeds itself deeper into the energy matrix of the light body. So over time, if this person ain't trying to get up out of it or growing, it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the ether of itself, you know what I'm saying? Deeper into its soul, you know? So it's gaining more control. So the shadow walker will say, I'm gaining more control, you know what I'm saying? A false web work, like a film or a spider web, is an overlay on the nervous system. Sections become infected until the entire system is infected. Winds up the spinal cord. That's why you got the cross, and you see the snakes winding up the spinal cord. This is Orion showing you. Y'all know that symbol of medicine? Winds up the spinal cord. No, the cross. You know the one of it.
On the medical, yeah.
Yeah, look what they
the Sadducees, the Sadducees, whatever. I don't know how to say it.
Remember, this shit been going on for eons. So, it said it winds up the spinal cord, and we'll have a trigger implant placed in the back of the head and the neck. Once the implant is fully embedded and operational, severe addiction, mood swings, possession occurs as the target becomes more bipolar and manic. These are signs of mental and emotional instability, which further weakens the person into potential soul fragmentation. So basically, what they're telling you, man, the more they become a hold of it, the mood swings, this is what they call it. They winding up the spinal cord. So soul fragmentation. Soul fragmentation is a person has to think how to be before they be it. They can't be naturally. You know what I'm saying? You know how to go to outside leg under the metu nectu. They cut outside body up into 13 pieces and scatter it across the land. But this is what the aliens was telling you. That's what he was talking about in the metu nectu. Soul fragmentation, that they soul fragmentized. That whole story about the cut up into 13 pieces was called soul fragmentation.
So to recap, basically what you were just saying is that the light implant hits the subconscious, goes into the second chakra, crawls up the spine, hits the back of the neck, starts to form addiction, self-destruct. What do you say? Addiction. What do you say?
It starts to form addiction, mood swings, and possessions occur as a target become more bipolar and manic. The pet possession is when a shadow walker, what you call it, the movie. What's the name of that movie?
Venom.
Yeah, venom. It's a body possession. These are signs of mental instability, which further weakens the person into potential soul fragmentation. Now we go into soul fragmentation. The more soul fragmented and damaged a person's energetic body is operating or not operating at all, the more distorted the thoughts and behaviors become. These deviations are manifested as addictions, perversions, and a wide array of damaging personality disorders or alternate identities that can be well observed in the individual as destructive to the self and destructive to others. When one is continually destructive to self or others, eventually the soul matrix layers fragments and split. When a human being is soul split, they will exhibit mental confusions and tendencies that are called narcissism, schizophrenia, dissociative personality, psychopath, lack of empathy, and an array of psychological disorders potentially lead to insanity. Now, let's go to what a narcissist is. Start there. Tell me what a narcissist is. One of you.
I did look this up, and then like I was just talking about this about a week ago. Matter of fact, I was talking about another video, and that the difference between a narcissist and bipolar, and that bipolar is a different inward. Well, no, a bipolar has a more outward perspective than a narcissist has a way more inward perspective. And that a narcissist, it's almost impossible for them to see it from other people's perspective. And it was the same thing. It was like one of the best, simplest ways to determine bipolar versus narcissist is like if a bipolar is in a room, person with bipolar in a room full of people, a lot of times they don't want a lot of attention. Whereas like somebody who's a sociopath or a narcissist, when they're in a room, they gotta have all the attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's just one example, but it's, what you saying?
I mean, you in a movie. Narcissists think everybody they deal with is part of their plan. I mean, you are in a movie. Like, right. You're not, you're in a movie. So that's the worst form. That's why that's a lot of people drive like that. So they give you a phone call. Hey girl, what's up, Joey? I was just thinking about you. Can you come take me somewhere? You in her movie. She ain't thinking about shit you on. You in her movie. You know what I'm saying? And then you go pick her up. Then she go. So she asks you, can you buy something to eat? You in her movie.
But that's interesting. When we talk about narcissist versus bipolar, I know y'all probably caught that Kanye West, Donald Trump, Oval Office.
That's literally the narcissist and the bipolar in this. Right.
And the interesting point that Kanye brought up that I took away was when he said that he was diagnosed, with bipolar disorder, and it was actually sleep deprivation. So, you have misdiagnosis going on in the Black community. You have all types of things that's going on when it's regarding mental health issues. Is it bipolar? Is it narcissism? Is it sleep deprivation?
Looking at Kanye, would you say Kanye is a narcissist or bipolar?
He under the bipolar list. He under the addiction weapon will be a color.
Well, you don't think maybe just like a year or two ago you would have said, or maybe 3-4 years ago? I'm thinking maybe like 4 or 5 years ago people was calling Kanye a narcissist. Now he's bipolar. You know what I'm saying? So like, you might use a Gemini too. So like, go ahead. He both, you said?
It's not really one or the other. It's a mixture. It's a cycle. It's the whole thing together. This is all part of this bipolar shit. Narcissism, psychopath, all that is part of it. It's just one expression and this expression. It's like these are the symptoms of it. Kanye West is a god body being put to sleep. That's why they say, no, you're not bipolar. You got sleep deprivation. And then what a cold word of sleep deprivation is, nigga, your ass falling asleep. See what I'm saying? Get out. You falling asleep. That's what the hell they tell them in cold words. We putting Kanye West to sleep, and due to being put the god body put to sleep, the effects is bipolarism. Because you see beyond this bullshit, but the bullshit still sitting in your face like it's real. Ain't nobody kicking this shit. When you go higher into the upper echelons of society, that's why Jay-Z said you ain't nothing but a bunch of weirdos and dinneros in practice. Motherfuckers are crazy. And if you're a god body and you think all this shit synthetic when you get that high with the money shit. life is synthetic. Nobody give a fuck about nobody. All of them are narcissists. Imagine being in a room with a room full of narcissists and psychopaths. Think about that. How that conversation gonna go? Everybody you talking to is a narcissist. Okay, that's why Kanye West is the only motherfucker in there that's not really a narcissist. Before we first got on the scene, then we got on the scene with how it looked. He was in the back of the limo holding the motherfucking cheese fries for them fags. You remember that picture? That'll run your ass crazy. Yeah, but they said, we ain't gonna give you this deal. You gotta hold my cheese fries. And you a godfather, Joe. You stole fragmentizing yourself. It's like a nigga who get hit in the ass. He can't be normal no more. You know what I'm saying? Or you let nigga hit you. Tupac when that Quincy Jones hit in the ass. Tupac can't be really Tupac. So Tupac's soul was fragmented because he is feeling like a warrior. But 5 minutes ago, he got hit in the booty. So it fucks you. It fucks with you. You know, so you gotta forget one or the other.
Yeah.
So he gonna try to forget all tapping him. Right,
so
right. Shit like that.
Let me ask you, you know, when you talking about Donald Trump, Kanye, you know, they got movies and stuff. I say this a lot too, and they're like, even the movies that's coming out now, a lot of the
Kanye.
Say what?
Kanye let one of them fags hit him. That's why he acting like this.
No.
Ruthless.
Go ahead.
Ruthless.
I'm talking about the movies.
So,
I'm talking about the movies. The characters in the movies now, like I seen Venom. You know what I'm saying? And like they had literally basically what you described, some alien shit that landed inside this dude. Over his body.
Exactly.
Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly what I'm talking about. That's a visual of what I'm talking about. Shadow Walker.
Alien the hero. He the hero of the story. This is what I'm saying. Is that he a hero. They making the heroes bipolar now. They making the heroes.
No, what I'm telling you is go back.
Talking to himself and shit, walking down the street, talking to himself, and you know.
Go back. That's the bipolar thing. But then let's go back and try to normalize this shit. But let's go back. They're making him the hero. Remember I told you about false timelines? How they insert your enemy and make your enemy your friend and your friend your enemy with the false timelines? They switch the timelines up.
No.
That's what they
Break that
so what they're doing is making this crazy, this bipolar or this person that's took over by negative energy. They making him your friend. They making him the good guy. They reversing timelines. They reversing history. You know, switching shit. How is he the good guy? It don't matter if he's the good guy, G. They had to put it in there like the story, the aspect of the story. It's just for storyline shit. It don't really matter who the good guy or bad guy, but they're showing you how it look.
Right. Right. A lot of times back in the day, like I've said this before, I used to read a lot of comic books.
Listen what he told. Hold on. Listen what he told. He told him, he said, you a better fit. Remember when we was talking to the Shadow Walker? To that Shadow Walker video on YouTube. That's what that is. He said, why do you mess with this guy and not that guy? I said, he too big and slow. I like this one. His body lighter. I can move him around. He easy to move. You said, what's the difference between a white dude and a black dude? I said, white dudes can't dance. So imagine that. I'm in a stiff ass, shirt versus a black dude can jig. So which one you want to be in? You want to be in a black dude's body or a white dude's body? That's what Venom told dude. He said, we're going to make an agreement because I like your fit. I can do more things with you.
Right.
He said, you're going to live. And he told me, the agreement is, you do what I play the game, you'll live.
Right. They kept trying to find the right fit. Like, they couldn't fit in everybody. Like, certain ones couldn't fit in, like, a certain symbiote had to fit in a certain type of person, or they would die. You know, they had a perfect fit.
So that's what the technology they breeding in bipolar is them trying to fit that symbiote or align a certain people or a group of people with that symbiote just off birth so where they can easily jump in. And symptoms of rejection is that, the nigga still got sense. That's symptoms of rejection. They can't fully take over. But so they're doing that technology where we just trying to put the shit in the air, in the water. All the chemicals that we use on the person that we call bipolar, all they doing is checking. Scanning them up and down like, okay, the fit is, we got to tweak the medicine to make it fit a little bit. Once we get the perfect tweak, we're going to put it in the air, the food, everything. Now you're going to be going like this, and now you're going to be, I think they already did it because if you look around the world, it's already going down.
Jay, you said you had something that you wanted to say, like a story or something that you wanted a person, I don't know if it was personal or not, but you said you had something that...
A friend friend of mine, and he's talking in regards to this situation. You know, he was talking about how he's been coming to grips. He's on a guided path, you know, self-awareness, like most of us are trying to be on. He was talking about just relationship issues that he's been having in the past, and somebody had came and dropped some heavy news on him in regards to the situation with him and his wife. They're putting up, going through divorce. You know, that's commonplace in the black community, especially when we're talking about mental health.
Yes.
You know, his inability to let circumstances play out when he's faced with stressful, emotional stimuli. And he goes through these triggers and he reacts. So, you know, me on the other end of that, you know, I've been through personal situations. You know, I'm not perfect. Been through divorce, you know, slew of domestic situations, you know, in the past. So my frame of reference is more keen because I'm on the opposite end of that thought. So when I'm listening to him speak, and he's talking about heavy things that go on, you know, in the black community when we're talking about mental health. The only thing that I can do from my standpoint, man, is just fall back and, you know, listening to this information right here, like we had a conversation earlier today. It's when you're aware of it, when you're looking at it, when you're staring it in the face and you're listening to these conversations with people that have these issues that go on, what's the best mode in explaining this stuff to them? So, you know, like we're talking this right now. Like the average viewers listening to this right now, and their friend is talking to them about mental health or a situation that go on, and they're aware of it, but don't know what to say to that person. What's the best way to go about it? I mean, I'm on the phone talking to anybody. You know, the troubles. What do you say? What do you do?
Jay?
Okay. Well, the parental lobe will be locked to sensory response awareness of direct cognition. The person is now locked into a 3D window and cannot perceive anything outside of the window of perception. Essentially, the consciousness is trapped in a small material cell blocking the reality. The peripheral lobe may be caged for higher sensory functions is controlled by the manipulated entity or programming. This is how the holographic inserts of projected images and transform can be projected images and thought forms can be controlled. The perception of the human being. This is how the masses are controlled, put to sleep or mind slided. So what I'm telling you is sometimes you can't do shit about it, but be aware of it yourself. Their mind is locked. The prefrontal lobe, the third eye, is locked into a perceptory cell or jail, meaning they can't perceive the highest functions of life. I mean, if you got to be with that person 24 hours a day, building with them if you think you're going to get an effect, and you know damn well that ain't going to happen. So pretty much you just got, it's a war. It's a war. Yeah, we can't save everybody, so it's a war. That they study them. That's all, study.
Would you say you bipolar?
No. I don't want to say I was bipolar because that's bullshit. Bipolarism is basically the effects of alien technology being played out on your ass. So I would say, yeah, I have this shit happening to me, but that don't mean I'm bipolar. If I let it affect me, I would become bipolar. But I don't let it affect me because I'm aware of it. You know, if I get up and I say, damn, as soon as I go on the street, a cop gonna come and it actually happened, I'm saying like, oh shit. Then you tell somebody, like, nigga, you crazy. That's some bipolar shit. But me being aware of it, know that even if that happened, I can give a fuck less about telling somebody. And if I did, they respond, still wouldn't mean shit. Because I know their frontal lobe is locked in. Everything happened for a reason to them. It just happened. It just happened. But no, I want to say that ain't no such thing. Bipolarism is the effect of alien technology being played out on your ass.
What do you mean alien technology?
Well, you go back to the movie Venom. That's what I mean.
Well, that's a movie. I'm saying like in day-to-day life, like.
Okay, alien technology.
Like music, would you say music? Is music alien technology?
Yeah, it's an effect of alien technology, yeah. No, not music, but something that's not of this earth. You know, we go to so far to the white man, but it's something that's controlling the white man. It's out of the shadow government. We go behind the shadow government. something that's not natural to the earth.
Are you talking like cell phones?
All that was given to us. You gotta remember, when we was growing up, there wasn't no inventions. It wasn't nothing happening. Then soon as all of a sudden they hit the beeper, and then that was the age of this shit. And they got into this shit. Ain't no new inventions coming out because this is what they needed. They said, okay, we need this type of dynamic or frequency or energy vibration or frequencies to control. So let's introduce the cell phone to them. But we just can't get the goddamn iPhone in 1970, 85. So what we do, we introduce the beeper. Let's take the cell phone, break it down, make it a little beeper, so a frequency, get them used to that. They're beeping each other. Okay, now we got that. See, all this shit is riding on a frequency band. At first, there was no frequency band. There was hard lines, meaning phones and pay phones. So if I can't Wi-Fi your ass, you know what I'm saying? Wi-Fi is a wireless router that's sending a signal out or a frequency band with all this information out to another receiving conductor. You are in between that shit, so all that energy, all that information is passing through your brain's, waves too. They couldn't do it at first because you were just calling from a payphone. They can't go on the agreement, they can't do shit. So let's make a band wave that's unseen. So now they did that. They introduced the beeper. And then when the beeper came, it was aiming at the iPhone. Now they had the big brick phone. Now they getting you ready. Now you got the brick phone. They come out with the internet. They're getting you ready, but they're kind of scared. That can make you or break you because more people can either unite with the internet, like what happened over there in the Arab country, where all the niggas did the overthrow of the government through Facebook. Or it can backfire. You know what I'm saying? It can be used as a weapon where we can get little shit across to the mass. So they introduced the brick phone. They came with the flip phone. And then after the flip phone, they came with the little phone with the screen. Then they kept coming. Now they got into the masterpiece, iPhone. Now through all that information flowing through your head, because when you look around, what people doing, looking down at their phone. So they say you can't carry a TV around, but we want that TV frequency right there in their face at all times. So give them a phone that they can do everything on. Plus, we got that frequency band riding with them. So you remember, phone ride on the same wavelength as mind frequency, or mind band. So what that tell you? You can ride with that.
Let me ask you this. Prior to major technology, so you figure back in the 1800s, early 1900s, major technology, before major technology, people who may have been considered bipolar may have just been written off as crazy or even executed. Would you say before the technology was here, those people still qualified as bipolar, or they were just legitimately crazy, or is all bipolar the effect of technology?
No, that's an earlier version of the shit being tested. Alien technology being tested. It was the same. It's the same shit, but just in a different time. They hadn't perfected.
I already see what you're saying.
Either perfected. You know what I'm saying? They hadn't perfected it because the people were just killing the motherfuckers. You know, they're called witches and kill their ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy. They kill motherfuckers like you possess and start killing your ass. They had the right idea. The people did. But, they kill a motherfucker. Now we ain't killing nobody. Put it like this. When they had the episodes and they say, damn, we gotta go get his meds. What's happening is the entity is taking too much control. So when he go get his meds, it's leveling out the control of the entity because he's being noticed. He's bogus. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nigga, you're bogus. You doing noticeable shit. You know what I'm saying? And so they put the injections in there to balance it back out. They only want it on the social level. They don't really like it when he start busting windows and crazy shit like that and busting at niggas and, wild shit.
That was what I grew up in that era.
Right. They try to
treat you. Get locked up for doing some bipolar shit. They didn't, like now they show up, they see bipolar shit, they call an ambulance truck. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, it was like, it wasn't none of that shit. You was going straight to jail.
No, that always been. It was back then too. Kind of back then, I had a buddy. They just called it ambulance. And he would tell me. He would say the real gods are in there. And I said, what you mean? He said, they in there. Yes, mean no, mean yes. The word is backwards. You know what I'm saying? So he would tell me that it's like a button they push in his head. Like he'll say, man, I'm gonna ask you something. And he won't say shit. And then I'll be like, okay. And he said, what the hell you saying? He said, I told you. I said, okay, they can blank your ass out. He said, yeah, I can hear him in my head. That was the older version of audio voice of skull. And I asked him, like, what the fuck you hear? He said, they be saying this crazy shit, and I can look in the sky and see a white Jesus. And he said, you probably can't see it, but that's the hologram. So I'm sitting there listening, you know what I'm saying, and I know it. He said, I'm going to tell you. He couldn't tell me because he thought me. This is real shit. He thought he spoke, but he didn't speak. You know what I'm saying? And one time we was in.
So wait a minute. You saying he said, hold on, I'm about to tell you something, and then he didn't say shit. But in his mind, he thought he heard himself say something.
He thought he told me. He said, I got something to ask you. I want you to ask God. I said, okay, I'm going to ask God. What you want to ask me? And he didn't say shit. Nah. And then I was driving, I looked at him, I said, nigga, what you want to ask me? He said, I told him. I said, okay, what just happened? I said, what did you thought you said? And that's when he really thought. That's when he said what he thought he said out loud. He said, I shot a girl. I said, I shot somebody. And I said, okay. And he said, it was me and my brother, and we was up north, and some dudes tried to rob us. And some type of way I took the gun, and instead of me just going about my business, I started chasing them and shooting at them. He said I shouldn't have done that. I should have just went the other opposite direction for what I'm running fucking with you. I said, okay, so what happened? He said, well, then evidently, me shooting at them, I hit an old black lady in the head, in the eye.
Wow.
So he's asking God to be forgiven. Wow. So that demon haunted him. So we was in the car, and I was driving. And as I'm driving, we in the rear with rims on it. My cousin in the back, they tried to pass me the hot dog. That was just putting me to sleep. I was like, no, I'm cool on the hot dog. So we drive across the street. The car coming, they blank him out. She hit him dead in the, no, she hit me dead in the side. But what I did, I stopped time. So as I seen the car coming towards my side, like the passenger side, I raised up and jumped on him, got on his side, and watched the door cave in. And then I got back on that side, pushed the door open, and we couldn't get the door open, got out on the other side. But it still felt like I got hit. That was a hit. They had a hit on me. They blanked him out. The technology. I'm God body sitting in the car next to him. He was a God body, but he didn't know, so they folded him, perfect, technology. They folded the God body. So I'm saying he was a symbol of that they got to him. So all of a sudden they was gonna get to my ass, but they used him. So as he's driving, they blanked him out, and goddamn it, he didn't even see the lady coming in. She coming and smack him dead on the side of in the car. He said, man, that's that lady that I shot. And I said, with the trench coat, because she had on a trench coat. He said, yup, same color. I said, damn, I can see what you're saying.
Damn.
He said, she back. And I said, yeah, they try to pop me off. He said, I know. He said, but they can't see you. He said, when they see you, they channel. They use witches to channel us. So they channeling. And when they see him, they channel through him. But he said, when they see him, they can't see me. They just seem like light or something talking. They don't know how to hit me. They got to just say, fuck it, he's a radar. And in certain instances, I guess they send hits that way. But they can't see me.
Y'all talking like this.
Yeah.
And you never thought at one moment that, mind you, this is obviously years and years ago when you wasn't into fully developing to this level of consciousness where you're not, but like listening to it, you never had like that other thought. They're like, man, this nigga crazy as fuck. Like that thought never really, like y'all having a conversation and most people would never look at like,
No, because we were shorties, and when I seen him, when I first seen him, he said, "Oh, it's a God season." No, I never had that thought because I was still kind of woke. I was like, no, he wasn't crazy. I said, okay, I wanted to listen to people that they say crazy because I know they're thinking of another outside the box. I was interested to know how they think, and when I found out, started listening to him, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't crazy because I already kind of knew shit, so I knew, you know what I'm saying. Someone was talking to this nigga because he wasn't like that when he was growing up. He's sitting on gold chains. He ain't no broke nigga. He got bricks. He selling bricks. Nigga, how the fuck is this possible? And while he's selling bricks, these motherfuckers is transformed. So next thing you know, you go from selling bricks with weird Lexus and drop tops and shit to walking down the street in his boxer gloves 30 miles away going to Jewel's, going shopping. When you got a car, you walk right past your damn car 30 miles and walk to Jewel's in your drawers and your boxer shorts and a t-shirt. So I know everybody else like, oh, that nigga went crazy. I'm like, no, something happened. What the fuck happened? Shit, this some real shit.
wow.
Like that.
Wow.
So not crazy. I knew he went crazy, so I said, what the fuck happened to you, nigga? I know you went crazy. You just can't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he jumped out the bridge. So I said, what happened when you jumped out the bridge? He said, I was getting off. All I remember is going to the mall. And said, I'm on a stretcher. They did the Kanye West tour. He had the Kanye West face. He had the metal plates in his jaw. He thought he wanted to see if he can die because he thought we was robots. He said we robots, and he didn't die.
He said, what? He said because he thinks we robots, he jumped off a bridge and he lived.
He was talking about cloning. And he was like, we was going across the bridge, right? He said, "Po, you something different." I said, he said, "Cause nigga, you can sit in the car and talk to me, and you can still kick it with other niggas." I said, "The other niggas?" He said, "The ones that sleep, the niggas who get money and all that." He said, "I don't know how you switch over like that." I said, "Oh no, I'm decent. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit. Ain't nothing." So a couple of days later, he was saying we was robots, and I was like, "What you mean?" He said, "Man, we got the same face we was when we was shorties." He said, "Only difference is they gave us another body." Meaning we didn't age as fast as the people around us. That's basically what he was trying to say. And he was talking about cloning. But he didn't understand how to say cloning. He didn't know what the fuck that meant. And he kept saying they listening. As we ride, he'd say they listening. And I would say, "What you mean they listen?" He said they could hear everything we say. I didn't have that knowledge of the technology, that alien technology that was going on. Because if you tell me that shit now, I say, "Hey, yeah, they hear everything." But back then, I'm trying to figure out how he said this person in the car can hear. But it's really the entity, like on that movie, Shadow Walker. I didn't know about Shadow Walker, but he was explaining Shadow Walker then. So one day it's another hit. So we driving. I'm driving this whip. We in the rear mirror.
Hold that thought for just 10 seconds. We gonna get to the hit. That's why I want to just pause the segue real quick. Did he talk like this with everybody, or was this with you?
He would talk like this with me, but more so with everybody. He'll say sarcastic shit. He'll try to say normal, but it'll be sarcastic. It'd be like, "Joe, I see a shadow on him." It'd be some slick ass sarcastic shit. But no, he didn't talk like this with everybody. He'll just say shit though. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Yeah, the little red devil just running around." And they'll be looking at him like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, like that." He stayed drunk, so really ain't say shit too much.
So other people that took him as what? Like, how did other people take him?
They felt like he went crazy.
Okay, so another hit came.
So we in the whip, right? And I'm playing the game, man. I'm waking up listening to him because I'm learning about this whole shit, the whole demo. He don't know that I'm reading all type of books at home, and he lining up with what the fuck I'm reading. So then I'm in the whip, I'm driving. He's like, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm finna go pick up some money. I'm finna go pick something up." I was just stargazing, talking out the ether, seeing what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So as we driving, the FedEx truck pulled up next to us with these country ass white boys. And we was trying to rap then, so he was like, "Yeah, we got speakers and everything, Joe, pull over. I'm like, "Okay." I said, "That's what I'm going to meet." I'm shocked my damn self. So we get off, we out west. We get off on the bridge, and then he opened the door. And we all get out the car, so they go to the back of the door, they show us the merch. I said, "Joe, this shit ain't stolen, is it?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, just in case it's a mic, I'm asking a question." They saying, "No, but y'all in a FedEx truck, y'all finna do this?" And I was like, "Fuck it, let me get it." So I said, "How much?" He said, $150. So I gave him about $100, about $125. He said, "Cool." And I looked down the street, I seen a dick cop. And just off the either, I knew, I said, by talking to this nigga, he's teaching me how to see shit like this. I said, "Damn, dick cop, we sitting in a FedEx truck, all of a sudden white boys, 3 of them, which is the third eye. You know what I'm saying? Meaning there's a deeper meaning behind this situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing with the 2 eyes, but there's a third one that see the deeper meaning. So I'm looking at the Fed truck, and the goddamn Fed car up there, "Man, let me get my money back." So he started shaking. I said, "Give me my money back, man. Fuck that. Y'all, this could be a setup. Get my bread." So he put one in his pocket, handed me the money. I bought a handful of money. He's shaking. I grabbed the money. I said, "Fuck it," put it in my pocket, and I drove off. And then my man was like, "Joe, I see that's who you want to meet." He said, "They tried to set you up, but you got him." I said, "I know." He said they was going to pop us off. I said, "I already know, but check this out." And I pulled out the money. It was $500. I gave the nigga $125. He was so scared, you see what I'm saying? He knew that I knew. Remember, they got these niggas, the feds, all this shit, J. Edgar Hoover. We must stop the rise of a black messiah. They know. And due to listening to this nigga, I was able to believe more in how to see the unseen, how to see the ether, because he just sees straight ether. He only see numbers and letters. He don't see the person. He see numbers and letters. I can see the person and the numbers and letters. That's where the man who understands symbols came from. So yeah, I came up $300, and we rolled off. And I said, "Oh, this shit real." He knew. You know what I'm saying? He knew. And he used to tell me, "Joe, I feel strong when I'm around you." Instead of he put down a liquor and was doing push-ups one day. But the 40 tasted like piss water. And he got mad at me, not really mad, but mad at the situation, because when you around a nigga with a high vibration, you don't get as drunk as you could. So I'm blowing off a high vibration, so he's not getting drunk. He's saying they give me piss water. He said, "Shit, basically I get drunk when I'm not around your ass. So when you ever want to get really drunk, you got to go skate outside 20, 30 feet, get drunk, then come back and kick it with me. But if he drink the 40 bottle right next to me, he don't get drunk. because I'm vibing too high.
So this is all your bipolar friend. I ain't gonna say his name, but this is all stories from your. But I want to ask you, just for the sake of the video, I got really just one more question. I want to ask you one more. And Jason got any other questions, and then I'll wrap it up. But I just want to ask you, just for the sake of the viewers, I've asked you this multiple times. You done told me this multiple times, but every time I ask you, you give me a different interpretation. But I just want to see what you say this time. You know, for the sake of this video, it's called Orion and the Bipolar Effect. What is Orion again?
It's aliens. Fuck it. It's aliens from another universe. From the Dracon universe. Yeah, aliens. Fuck it, it's aliens. Alien motherfucking entities. So you think like this, the white man can't be doing all this shit. So who can be doing it? Alien technology, and then that's how you can stamp up all this bullshit. Because what make motherfuckers just do the shit they do? You know, you see the news. What make niggas do it? I got a motherfucker, you see the crazy shit. What makes them do it? A nigga looking on a statue. What the fuck is he doing? You know, shit like that.
So, like, the programming or the mental, like tie that to the bipolar effect. Orion, just tie that out for, just in the, something. Alright, like, tie that to the, bipolar effect.
Those who are more trapped or got more, those who the dark entity have a more control or more hand in or on or become or prone to be known as bipolar, meaning is the effects of this technology is showing rampantly in this person. Basically, that's what it is. So when I look at you, I say, damn, they've been walking with you for a long ass time to the point where they got half of you, they own half of you. You know what I'm saying? Where they can click you on and click you off. You know what I'm saying? So it's 60% versus 40%. You control 40, they control 60. So it's called bipolar. But when it's 50-50, you're still not saying. Only until they go past that percentage, 1%, like a business. 50, I can own 51, and you can own 49%. I own the company. You call bipolar.
That is nuts.
But and we call them, certain, I give them Azazel. I give them nicknames. Certain niggas got nicknames. And I said, Azazel, what he was up to. And they'll tell me about the crazy bipolar shit they did. But really, it was an entity from the 1800s that can't really see and understand what's going on. But when you take over the body, he play out some shit in the 1800s in 2018. He look kind of crazy. He know a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a handsome dog you got there.
Oh, yeah, he roped his neck poked up. Say, what's up, Negro? All he do is eat and sleep. Got the hoodie on, too, Joe. He gets it in.
Jay, you got any questions?
Hey, no more questions. That was a good bill, man. Interesting.
Okay.
For sure. Let me look in the comments. I don't see how do you know? Wait, hold on. I'm going to ask just one or two questions in here, and we're going to get out of here. Question from Straight Knowledge. How do you know you are in the presence of someone cloned? Good question.
Okay. Stand behind them. And if they can't sense you behind them, then that's a fucking clone.
You said stand behind them.
Yeah, just walk up on them. And if they don't sense you behind them, that's the clone. You know if somebody walk up on you, right? You can feel it, right?
Right.
Walk up on a white person in line. I'm going to be right there till you touch them.
Right. Clone.
You don't know really. You know when you got a clone, this is something I'm learning too. You don't know really because all it is an imprint of the person you think you know that's put into someone else. So the way to best tell a clone is when they can't create into the future. So Dave Chappelle used to be funny. If they clone Dave Chappelle, he gonna be telling the same old ass jokes. He can't make no new jokes because it's nothing that's not really him. It's just the program stops where they capture him and made him a clone. So he can't create no new shit. It's hard to create new shit because clones can't create, they only can duplicate. That's how you know. So you're around a motherfucker who ain't got no creative imagination, you can only duplicate or act like everybody else, or put like this, worried about what everybody thinks. That's a damn clone. And it's not really about what other people think. He's trying to duplicate all this shit. He's like, it's confusing. I'm like, man, that's a lot of shit to duplicate. That's what I'm learning. So basically, a clone can't create into the future. It only stopped at the point it was captured.
I've read
Dave Chappelle.
different interpretations. I felt like people saying
Yeah,
that clones do multiple, like just traveling through multiple dimensions. Like people saying Gucci Man was cloned, and people were saying Dave Chappelle was cloned, and then like, but I had read so many different interpretations, and it was saying that like, as what's that shit called, the Mandela effect? You heard of that, the Mandela effect?
Okay. Well, from what
like,
you saying,
we shifted through different dimensions, and it's like you end up basically like a clone version of yourself in that, like, it's like as we shift through different dimensions, it's like you jumping into like a different quote unquote same version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like the person who you was 10 years ago, like we shifted through we went through a time shift that like literally shifted the whole mental grid of everybody on this planet. So some of us came out as clones, basically, of ourselves when we came out of this, shit. So
you did.
The people the best way to know somebody was a clone is you have to kind of compare it to their old, compare them to their own self, and like the mirror, like the conversation, like when you're talking to them, basically you have to really kind of talk to them and see what they own, and they're like consciousness itself. Like if you sitting there talking to somebody who you knew that was kind of woke back in the, like, then you say this all the time, like you knew kind of people was kind of woke, and then about 10, 15 years later you talk to them, they be straight sleep, like, you know what I'm saying, they be like, damn, like, what the fuck happened? It's like you can't even go into the conversation of what it was back then. Like if I ran into you 10, 15 years from now and I was like literally a crackhead on the street smoking crack, and you be like, man, what the fuck, and like you can't even bring up the dialogue or all of the shit that, because it was just the situation we was in, it was so ruthless that you couldn't even say, man, what happened with all it, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just you be moving straight with the grid. Like you be like, oh, what's up, blao? Shit, what's going on? Oh, shit, you wanna get something to eat? Like you don't even, you know what I'm saying? That's a clone. You see what I'm saying? The way that the dimension shift. I don't know if that makes sense. If you can't force yourself to go into that type of dialogue with that person, like you can't see him in 10, 15 years, then that's when you know you're dealing with a clone. You're supposed to pick right up, like right where the thought left off. Like y'all supposed to pick right up and you know what I'm saying? Like when you see your family and shit like that. But like, I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't go out. Cloning, blao. There's natural cloning and synthetic cloning. Natural cloning is what they call death and the resurrection. Jesus died in 3 days, he came back. What you explaining is natural cloning. When I see somebody and they tell me who I was, I don't really remember. I only remember bits and pieces of what I needed to know. Now, delete some of this bullshit information to restore death and resurrection, meaning reprogram and deprogram. So natural cloning is, I've been naturally cloned. I'm a clone because I'm not the same nigga I was back then. So when I see the niggas that knew me back then and I'm talking now, they look at me crazy. And not say I'm crazy, but I can see the terror in their eyes because they're like, what the fuck happened? You imagine talking to a goon and then the next thing you know, he's sounding like me when you see him again. I haven't seen anybody to fuck my head up too. Like, what the fuck happened to this nigga? Wait a minute, what is? And then as he telling me when I used to do this, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I'm trying to resurface the memory brings up the feeling. And since I have died of the old self and came back another one, I deleted the memory so I don't get the feeling.
Natural cloning, you saying death and resurrection, like natural cloning.
Cloning, yes.
Okay.
Synthetic cloning, they snatch your ass up and put your matrix, your mind in another body. I believe we're around a lot of clones. People that ain't really waking up is a clone, could be a clone. I would say the ones that don't wake up, like what you call it, blao, forever sleep, or what you call it, sacred agents. Them clones. Because the human is always built to evolve. The human aspect. A clone is built not to. It's to stay at the same thing over and over. The person is born, what is it? It's a robot. You should have more attention than you had before, some type of way.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to take one more question. My shorty just ran in on it. Can someone in here tell me how they view special needs children or adults? Do they believe we have supernatural abilities? Go wait in the front. Go in the front. So what about special needs children and adults? Do you think they got supernatural abilities? Jay, let me get an answer from Jay real quick. He's been quiet. He's over there dozing off. What's going on, Jay?
I've been listening. Do they think that children with what was it again, running back?
Can someone in here tell me how they view special needs children or adults? Do they believe we have supernatural abilities?
that movie with the skinny pale guy that? No. He had the.
They got one called The Sixth Sense with the little boy seen spirits and he seen them, you know.
What movie you talking about, Jay?
And I'm talking about the other pale guy, real skinny guy, and he had all those special gifts.
Powder.
Yeah, like on the movie Powder. He would be considered a special needs kid, right?
Right.
So I can see how energy off of them could be something that you could say that they were channeling. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure.
Special need kid.
Yeah.
They twisting the sense. They can see the unseen. They got a sixth sense. They can see this. They come in spiritual. So what Orion do is twist them up. Well, now, even though you supremely spiritual and I would never let you come in this world like that. I'm gonna twist you up as mentally challenged, meaning physically you can't express that supreme spirituality of yourself.
Man who understands symbols, the one who understands, the one who understands symbols, the one, the man who understands symbols, the one who understands symbols. Tahati, the mighty in speech, your words took immediate effect. Silent weapons, mind war, we can't believe it at that. Mental programs do music while living the duties. Bullet shoot situations, attack fatality. Option movement is made by knowledge. Blended out of war, blended economics. Why niggas and message, I figured the naughty off the road to life. Neo-type gain secret to knowledge and keep it high. No special power there. Plateaus, poetic, three-star in the sky, sub-ram, pyramid of jizzle. Into our portals, us men jump down at God, glorious light. Black nobility, one megaton warhead. Program timing off the mafia truck, rapper boy, crowd pride. Turn Ray Shine, circular motion, Kahati lunacy, splitting light, a brilliant chisel of the sun. Royal plus a mighty, hip-hop, pep-top, TV, death like state. Ghost of pen, most of men, I miss my style. Stay like a trans, mommy, I pep done forces is there. Cycles in 60 degrees, no limit, my cycles relentless. Square rule of money, turn it to a side. Diamond dummy, they lie, master ordinance, divine law, spirit 4R. Intuitions, 8, suggestion, power of belief. Now here's my